What's up, folks? Back in the days, I was very against technology. I was against computers, against cell phone, and one of my little brother gave me a Mac notebook, and that changed my life. And since then, it's been very different. I've actually learned so much more, and even use it for school and other things. And today I had to make a very large purchase. I had to buy a computer. I tried to get away with a $200 computer, but that wasn't gonna get me anywhere to actually do what I want to do. So I had to I go from buying a $200 computer, then realize it's not gonna work. I returned it, then bought one that was $700. That didn't work. It was the memory and the RAM space was just not what I need, and it just wouldn't work. So I then went back to the store, and one of the ones that actually work, I walked out of Best Buy, having had to pay $1,500 for it. And all while I have a Mac computer at home. I already have a Mac laptop, a MacBook Pro. So it made me very unhappy that I had to do that. But what makes it worthwhile and suffice is that I'm actually targeting a new endeavor, and it requires me to actually have a window computer so I can actually run a software or learn this new software. So I paid $1,500 for the computer. Of course, I feel bad about it, especially that I'm a Mac user. I don't like PCs, and I already have a computer at home. But I had to come to term and realize this is not my usual spending. Back in the days, I would spend money on useless stuff. Like I would spend $1,500 in less than 2 weekends. I would spend more than $1,500 in less than 2 weekends, between buying new outfit to go to the club and buying liquor and paying to get in there. That's your $1,500 right there, or more than that if you're in New York. Yeah, more than that. Yeah. So I'm looking and I'm like, well, I'm in a better state of mind now, and I'm making better investment. And I didn't waste this money. This is a computer I can use for photography. I can use it for videography. I can use it for a lot of things. And it has a lot of space, and I could use it to actually learn new things. And I had to really come to term and to make myself understand that this is not the way I used to spend money. This is how you should spend money. And I have to really give credit to my brother for having introduced me to the world of computers. And since then, I have made several moves. And if it wasn't for the accessibility of having a computer, I would not have been able to do that. Nowadays, even if you have to fill out an application, you have to actually understand computers. Nowadays, anything that you want to do, literally. So where the world is going is that you will need computers. You will need to be computer literate in order for you to actually become something. And and also one of the reasons why I'm okay with the investment is because I know people like to think that you don't have any say or any control over your life, or any control over which direction your life goes. And I'd like to actually think this is not true. When I come to understand how I'm spending money now versus how I used to spend money so carelessly, I tend to think that I do have a pretty good direction a pretty good sense of knowing which direction I'd like my life to go. Right now, at 36, I can literally say, if I devote the next 10 years to my life, I mean, if I devote the next 10 years to myself, as hard as it could be, as tough as it could be, and the many trial and failure that I will get along the way, I can literally say, when I'm 46, I'd like to actually have a much better or a much easier life financially than it is now. So while we'd like, certain things are preordained, and I guess you're destined to be what it is that you're going to be, but I believe you can consciously influence your future by making the best decision, by making better choices. Like I said, back in the days, this is $1,500 that would have gone down the drain in less than 2 weeks. But if I put it in a computer, that will teach me that I could learn a new software that I can actually then go into certain companies and actually tell them, this is I have these skills. This is a skill that I have, because it's a software that is kind of tough to learn and not many people know it. But if you learn it, if I learn this new software, that's a skill I can actually take to my I can take that skill to companies, and along with other skills that I have or whatnot, and that will be a plus. That'll give me an edge on someone else who doesn't have that skill. So while there is such a thing as life throw you cards, and you literally have to make the best deal and try to make sure that every hand you play and every card you play is a power move. It's you play chess and try to be as smart as you can with your chips. You don't just throw your most powerful chips in the forefront and then lose the game. So I'm really making, I guess this is an emotional rant about how I'm making better choices and better decisions, because I used to make terrible choices and terrible decisions, and I used to make very impulsive, irrational decision when it comes to spending. And that's because I still never really value money as something that needs to be valued. But at the same time, you still need to learn how to be responsible with money. While no one should value money, because it will force you to become, it will probably make you become greedy, because money is just a mean to an end. It's not the end in itself. So, but being responsible with money will actually help you, get to a better place in life, at least financially, so that when you just say you're in your 30s now, your 40s could be materialized, could be much easier financially, because believe it or not, life is getting harder, and believe it or not, computer is taking over. Computer is becoming the thing that all of us are forced to actually interact with. Right now, if someone can't read, I feel bad for them when they go to the airport. You literally have to read everything before you could actually just purchase a ticket or just say where you're going. So you have to be able to interact with computers so you could get the best out of what life has to offer. So this is a video of me really ranting off about the fact that I had to spend $1,500 to buy a new computer, even though I already have a Mac computer at home. And also, as a Mac user, I have to say and be honest and say, Apple has failed me, because they don't run this program that I want, that I had to buy a new computer for. So that's all I got. Cheers.